Hi everyone, and welcome to my latest random video. I am just stepping outside for a minute. I don't get out very often if I don't have anywhere to go. And when I do have somewhere to go, I go to where I'm going and then come right home. But right now it's beautiful weather, and I am for those tech geeks that are wondering what I'm using right now, I'm actually using my Victor Reader Stream 2nd generation to record this, because Read U2's inside. I didn't even bring him out. But I just was like, okay, it's been beautiful weather, and I have not gone out and enjoyed it, and it's going to turn, and if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it at all. And I just am not going to not enjoy it at all. So it is 3:39 p.m. and 31 seconds. Almost 3:40 in the afternoon, and beautiful out here. 60s, 70s, I'll find out. What is the temperature?
It's about 74 degrees outside.
How can you not sit out and enjoy that? It's the perfect kind of weather to order out some takeout, order in some food. But I think it's worrying about what it's going to do to my body. I just haven't been in the mood to do that lately. I'll probably do that next week, just for reasons that I'm not going to talk about on YouTube. But I'm afraid ordering food might turn into something of a every once in a while thing for me. I don't know how long this phase is going to last, but I haven't been diagnosed with a really bad health situation, but that's where I'm headed if I don't pay more attention to what I'm putting in my body. So for now, let's just say that I'm kind of worried about ordering out. I think it's healthier to cook what I know is healthy. And even that's a challenge, because there's what I know is healthy, and then there's what I want to eat, and then it's if I've got what I want to eat in the house, and then there's what I like but is healthier, sometimes what I want to eat just wins out, and that's why I finally have gotten to the point where I'm okay, you know what? In some cases, you just got to hide what you want to eat, or maybe, better yet, just get it out of here, so that you don't really eat as much of it. But yeah, that's why I ordered shipped, as in food that I will prepare and cook for myself, versus Postmates, where the food's going to come to me in 30 minutes. Already prepared. All I've got to do is get some silverware and chow down. If you miss my mukbangs, I'm sorry. I could prepare my own food and do a mukbang with that, but for some reason I just don't feel like doing that. But right now I just don't feel ordering out. But I did feel like coming out and enjoying this beautiful, gorgeous. Can it just stay this temperature all the time? I know that the rain's going to come in, but could it just stay this nice out most of the time? And we need the rain, I get it, but this is my kind of weather, really. I don't know what someone is watching next door or where that is coming from. I hope I don't get in trouble. I have no control over this. There is something outside. This is one thing about coming outside. Whoever's watching across the street or something, they're playing it so loud that we hear it all the way out here. Or is that from the apartment building behind me? Is one of my neighbors blasting something? I don't know, and it doesn't matter, but I try to be conscious of how loud my stuff is. That's part of the reason why I actually wear earphones a lot of the time. But not that I necessarily blast my ears out, but the point is I'm the only one that has to listen to that. Well, I'm going to end this segment of this random vlog just because there's not a lot else to say, and because whatever that is, I don't want any more of it getting on this video than has to. So I'll talk to you inside, I'll talk to you tomorrow, I'll talk to you whenever and wherever I talk to you next. On second thought, that is a familiar sound. The neighbor's dog, you know, he's behind a fence. He's not going to do anything to anyone. But this is, I think that is a case of your bark is worse than your bite. But yeah, he definitely has a voice on him. You know, that's what makes Fridays so special. The fact that I don't get out that much, and when I have my care attendant, a big part of what we do is go out and run errands and do things that I've got to admit it's nice doing. I forgot how nice it was to do it, but it's nice to do it when you don't have to worry about transportation and finding help shopping and all the shit that disabled people have to worry about when they're being independent. Whereas if you just say, you know what, there's no shame in saying, will you help me please? To someone who is able to drive and walk through a store with you. That just takes the stress and difficulty out of it. I'm glad I finally let go of my pride and acknowledged that I have just as much right to ask for help from a person who can help and whose job it is to help as anyone else. And I have not vlogged for 2 days. It is Thursday night at like bedtime. Well, not quite bedtime, but it's getting there. I have known I've wanted a new bed for a long time. I actually went to the bed store today. Fortunately, I have a new friend from church who is willing to help take me places and stuff. And yeah, we went to the bed store today, and I was able to figure out specifically what I wanted. You know, there's no better experience to know what you want than to actually experience it. There's no better way to know what you want. You know, you can research it, you can think, this is what I might like. You can look at beds at hotels that are king-sized and you're like, okay, I know I don't need that. But experiencing the right size is just a great experience. So I now know what I want, and I now know what it's going to cost, and I don't quite know how I'm going to get the amount of money that it's going to cost, but I'm believing that it's going to happen. The first thing that needs to happen is this piece of furniture that I really don't use anymore needs to be carried out of here, and I've got a plan pending for people to come do that. I mean, arrangements are being made now for someone to come get that thing out of there, and then we're going to have to make sure that the size bed I want will even fit in this room. I think it will, especially when we get that bloody thing out of there, but let's take the measurements anyway and just make sure. And then I've got to figure out how I'm going to finance it. If I was willing to do financing with a third-party entity, I could start financing it and get it. Like, that's the fastest way to do it. But I don't know if it's the way that I'm the most comfortable doing it. I would rather deal directly with the salesperson that I worked with today, or one of his co-workers. But in order to do that, the money has to be actually in the bank, or I need a bigger credit limit than what I have. So that's where I am right now. But it's exciting to think how nice it'll be to have a bed that actually works for me. I need a bigger bed. I've needed a bigger bed for a long time. This thing in that bedroom is just not big enough for me. It's too narrow. I can still sleep on it, and I'm so grateful that I can, but I would love it if I could sleep on something that was even more suited to my needs. And I'm going to, because I just have decided that, you know, enough wishing for it, enough thinking it'd be nice if that would happen. It's time to take action so that I can actually get what I want. So on Thursday night, that's where I am. And I'm thinking I'll probably vlog like next week and call that the end of this, unless something happens in the next few days that's worth talking about. Because right now I don't have a whole lot of footage. I mean, I could make a video out of this, but I'm not gonna. Hi everyone, it is Monday, and I had thought about vlogging today, and now here it is, 12:16. My ride's waiting out there, and now I think of it. I had all morning to start this vlog, and I didn't. Now I've got to just run around and get myself ready and leave. I got a cooking class today. I don't know what exactly we're going to cook, but that's what I got. And then I get home, and less than an hour after I get home, I have a virtual class. I'm not going to vlog that. I'm not going to vlog any of these classes, probably. But I'll probably at least talk about the cooking class as soon as I get my act together and leave. Fortunately, it's not door-to-door transit, so I don't overtly have 5 minutes and counting down to get out there, or they leave without me. This place is a little more patient than that, but I still don't want to put them to the test by deliberately taking forever and a day to get out there. I wonder what it's like weather-wise out there. Is it really windy? They tried to call me. Oh, it's in the right pocket. They tried to call me to tell me that they were out there, and I could not hear them over something. They were calling me on their phone. Were they standing out in the wind? I guess I'm about to find out. I think the woman who had that really alert, hey, somebody moved outside, dog moved out, because I haven't heard that dog for quite a while. It would be great if one of those elevators would just open, but apparently neither one of them's right here. It's not windy at all. I wonder what was blowing into the phone that I couldn't hear you. Oh well. God, the water in this bathroom is unbearably cold. You cannot comfortably wash your hands in that, but I managed, and it's time to go to class. I'll talk to you later. We made a really nice egg dish today. I'll tell you about it later. I just can't in good conscience do this out here. Okay, I'm home now. I was in the lobby of school and I just wasn't comfortable trying to talk to you out there with other people around, and just that wasn't a good setting to try to have a conversation with you guys at. So we made a really nice egg dish. It was eggs, green chilies, cheese, and she said it was good with salsa. I tried it with salsa just now, and I'm gonna have to say that I'm actually gonna eat it without salsa. With every movement, this darn Apple Watch talks to me. I'm gonna say that I didn't like it with salsa as much as I thought I might, but I do like it, so I'm just gonna eat it with itself from now on. I've got plenty of leftovers, so that made a great snack for right before my class, or my virtual class that happens at 4 o'clock, and whenever I eat the rest, I'll just eat it plain. You know, I think I'm actually going to wrap this up. Thank you for listening and watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.